What's up, everybody? I'm back, and welcome back to episode two of Wanda Power Hour. And you know the deal. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen episode three of Wanda, please click away because I will be talking some spoilers, and I'm gonna be talking about what I thought about the episodes and what I think gonna happen next week. So before we start, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload a new video. And also, why add it? Hit that bell button to be notified when I upload a new video. And also, I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the fourth episode. If you haven't checked it out yet, please check it out. So without further ado, let's get on with the episode. So WandaVision episode 3. Wow. This show is looking like it's going to be very interesting, and also it's gonna play with a lot of people's mind a lot. And this show you need to pay really close attention to. Like there are so many moments in this show that will will surprise people and shock people. Like episode three in my eyes, it just really amazing and had so many amazing aspects to it. Like with the opening theme song, we got the Brady Bunch vibe and some other vibes as well. So I really love that. I love that we got to see the baby born. So that was really amazing. So I cannot wait to see if the baby if the babies we get to see them as little kids, or we just see them as babies, or what's gonna happen with them. So I'm really excited to see that. And also I'm really just looking forward to seeing about the neighbor and that how everything in that going to how everything in that what it really seems. So I'm really loving that aspect with this show, and just seeing what this show can bring to the table in because we haven't seen a Marvel show in under 1 year. 1 year. So so this show had it's really like breaking the ice and breaking so many different boundaries in terms of Marvel. And I totally really enjoyed the episode, and I totally enjoyed episode one and episode two as well, because this show is like a show that you can't really say, hey, listen, I love this episode more than the other one, because in the end of the show, it's like everything is all connected into one. So that's the thing I really love about the show. And also I love that they're not dropping it so white or the bat, that they're dropping it weekly. I love that because it makes the viewer think, and it makes the viewer wait, and have all these theories. I love those type of stuff. I really do. So let's get down to theories here. So in one of the parts, Monica, Monica, she wanted that he had a brother, and and Monica said, "Oh, your brother was killed by Ultron." So that made me think of, is it possible that Ultron is involved with everything going on in her head? So like that very interesting. They said that, and then one that gave her a bad look. And so it's interesting how they're playing with Ultron, and how in the fourth episode they played with a little bit of the material of Endgame. So I really love how they're giving us a little bit of Marvel sparkle in each episode. That's really good, and also maybe setting up what the story is gonna go next. I'm just interested to know, all the little things going on with the commotor brakes. That also really fascinating as well. Another thing I found with the episode fascinating was how was all the things you know well, the neighbors. One of the neighbors will put what gonna say why they're there for, but the other one added that he said, no, don't reveal our secret. Though, it seems like everything is a little bit real that somebody is really, taking over wanted head, and it really like the show is really playing with a very dark tone to it, and like you can feel like thumped up with funny and thumped up with very like really intent and very creepy that under people thin, and it got under my thin a lot with this show. This show is really playing with my head and really like making me think on what's really going on, and what can this show can possibly bring, and and like and and that's one of the things I also found as well. The other thing I found that was very interesting as well is it I it that it the way that it the way that Wanda is revolting time. So whenever you see something going not going in the right direction, she likes to revolt time. So that also a really interesting aspect on what's gonna happen in the future episode if everything don't go her way. She's gonna start revolting time even more to the point where it's gonna open up a portal of some sort, because I've heard that it did show it going to lead up to Spider-Man 3 and also Doctor Strange, and maybe for future Marvel property as well. So that is a really interesting aspect as well. So I'm really curious about that, and also really curious on the ending, on when Monica went back in the went to the portal, went inside the portal thing, and throw to the ground and throw all those cards. So I'm really fascinated on if they're in a lab like Hydra, or they're in somewhere. So that really does like in interest me to know what's really going on. So my theory on what's gonna happen in next week episode is we're going to open up in the place where Monitor is in the episode, and see what's happening in there, and see what's really going on behind the scenes in Wanted Head. And I don't know what's gonna happen next, because this show had me on the wheel. It putting me by the car, and just like there's so many different things to really pick up, and I'm really loving this show a lot. I'm truly loving this show, and with each episode I'm gonna break down all the elements for you guys, and I'm gonna have fun with it. And hopefully I get more people to come on here soon enough. This episode I couldn't find anybody, so I'm doing it by myself. But like, let me know in the comment below what you guys thought about the episode and what your favorite. And I would love to start a comment in the comment. My Instagram is William Shitlet, and my Twitter is Bob the Boulder Guy. And I will be back next week with episodes with with episode 3 of WandaVision, with episode 3 of Wanda Power Hour, and with Wanda Power Hour, and I will be back next week, and hope everybody have a wonderful day. I'm out. Peace.